You know, when an anime series comes out, there's oftentimes people watch it just for one thing and one thing only. Well, okay, if it's a fan service, it's two things. But today I'm talking about a series that was created literally to help sell cards. Trading cards. Or part of the trading card line. You know, I haven't been able to figure that out yet. I mean, was it part of the trading card line, or was it because of the trading card line, or was it in response to the trading card line? Did the trading cards come out because of... Anyway, today I'm taking a look at Battle Spirits Burning Souls. Yes, that's right. I'm taking a look at a one-off, unique anime for once. Not one of the mainstream ones that you'd often see. This is going to be interesting, isn't it? Well, that's going to be today on the Anime G.B.U. So, what is Battle Spirits Burning Souls? Well, it's actually the 7th Battle Spirits anime series. And technically there's one coming out in 2019, so it's actually like screw it. It's, according to the thing I found, it's like the 7th. But anyway, it's one of the main anime seasons or series within the massive scope of the Battle Spirits name. It's basically a card game turned anime form with a very decently thought out plot. I'm not gonna lie. 51 episodes, though one episode too long if you ask me, because we could do away with episode 39, but I'll explain about that later. Basically, it's an alright series, I'm not gonna lie. Does it have some issues? Well, yeah, but I'll get into that later. So what is the entire plot of Battle Spirits Burning Souls? Well, I would turn to my good old friend Wikipedia. However, there isn't a Wikipedia page for this one. And I have seen this series, but it's been a while. So, Battle Spirits Burning Souls. Basically, the whole plot, well... Let's see. Oh, yeah. The Warring States era is on the rise. The Institution for Battle Spirits Administration, or IBSA, has at least created a virtual system for spirits to battle in 3D. Thanks to this, the popularity of Battle Spirits has erupted all over the nation. All over, rivalries like that of local warlords have broken out between champion battlers. The battlers have but one objective: reach the top in Battle Spirits, therefore unifying the nation. Now, the unification of this world will be risked with Battle Spirits. In this story of heated battles, who will change through this world of war? Charge through this world of war. Yeah, that's the plot. 51 episodes, came out April 1st, 2015. Honestly, it's not bad. I'm not going to lie. I have seen it. The main characters that you really need to focus on, and there's really 6 of them, you have, basically, Reki Yukimura, Toshimura, let's see here, Kansugu Horukin, Son Ginjo, Sasuke Akatsuki, and Kana Kuroda. That's literally it. Those 6 characters are pretty much the main 6 characters you really got to worry about. Though they don't all come in right at episode 1, but still you get a decent shot of them. Well, 4 of them came in at episode 1, I think? Yeah. 4 of the 6 came in at episode 1, the other 2 came in at episode 2. So, still, not bad. So, why do you need to care about these? Well, believe it or not, Toshi, Kantentsugu, Son are basically 3 of the warlords controlling the Musashi area. And their basically respective colors are red, green, and blue respectively. What does that basically mean for the series? Well, fire, nature, water. That's it. There's 6 elements in this thing. And you meet one person that can use each of those with the main villain of the series, Darukin Mao being able to control all 6. Of course, because why wouldn't the villain have that? Anyway, poor Reki Yukimura comes into town and wants to become the best. And how does he become the best? By kicking ass and taking names. He ends up meeting up with Sasuke, and befriends him. Eventually showing up the local warlord, who's named, believe it or not, Toshi. That's right, he shows him up by beating him. Well, actually, he beats a subordinate, and then later beats him. Either way, he still kicks some ass and takes some names. And it's fun to watch. However, this opens up a power vacuum since he was beat. That means that the other 2 want a piece of who beat him. They get their asses kicked. And everybody thinks, it's all over! The war is done! No, it's not. It continues like this for a while. We actually have a decent arc for a little bit of this, whereas they're basically just trying to become the best for the Musashi area, actually culminating with the ultimate battle between Reki Yukimura and, well, the nature guy. I'm just going to start calling him the nature guy because I can't pronounce his name to save my life. So, we basically have their battle, or rematch, to decide the fate of the area. And that's actually where the first arc kind of ends. Yeah, it gets a little weird, at least the first part anyway. Then we get into this whole taking over the world thing through battle spirits, this tournament, this overarching weirdness that honestly every single card-based anime falls into the trope of. I'm not saying that it's bad, but every single one of them has been written into a corner with this. But it's fine for this thing because you need to have this. The villain of this part, though, is Darukin Mao, who basically wants to take over the world and rule it his way, bringing the warring states to an end. Yeah, okay. And, like everybody else, I guess? No, he wants to take over the ISBA. Or the IBSA. Can't believe I mispronounced that one already. Basically, he wants to take it over. However, it turns out that, surprise, he's actually a good person. One that knew Reki Yukimura back when he was younger and is sort of like, if not the older brother of the person that's in charge of the association now, and honestly, it's where I start getting confused. The series culminates into one final battle in a tournament, where they have basically every single character in the series, and some new ones that we meet along the way, duking it out to see which one's going to be the best. And that's how it goes. I would go into who wins and who loses, but in all honesty, if you haven't been able to figure it out at this point, it comes down to Darukin Mao versus Reki Yukimura, and big surprise, Yukimura's going to win. Yukimura's going to win this. I mean, the villain's not going to win in a series that's 51 episodes, and is basically supposed to be how the series goes. Yeah, he was going to win. Sorry. The good guys are going to win in this one. The Warring Spirits and the Warring States era is basically brought to an end, and everybody's happy. Yeah, I'll actually admit I was kind of intrigued by it. So, that's the series. It's basically a bunch of battles, squabbles over territory, playing a children's card game, gathering new cards, getting more power, having rematches, getting outshined again by somebody that's more powerful than you, doing some more training by finding better cards, learning a new strategy, and then coming right back at it again. So, time to dissect this. Alright, so what's good, bad, and ugly about this? Well, for starters, I was not a fan of some of the stuff, but let's start with the good. Honestly, the plot, it actually is quite good. I mean, for what it is. Now, granted, it's no Yu-Gi-Oh plot, and by all means, nothing's ever going to live up to that, but then again, Yu-Gi-Oh isn't really that much of a Yu-Gi-Oh plot either. It's a standard plot tropes that they keep falling into, like I said, with tournaments and everything else. Honestly, it's not a bad plot point to fall under, and with a trading card game being the main focus of your series, it's gonna happen. However, it doesn't deter the fact that you have to deal with it. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't mind the fact that people have it, but in all honesty, it could be better. That being said, though, let's get into the bad, shall we? And for the bad, oh boy, do I got a lot. 51 episodes is one episode too damn long. Episode 39 is the New Year's special episode, which honestly has no place being in this at all. Literally smacked right in the middle between the conclusion of episode 38, which is still going on with the big tournament for the finale, and episode 40, where the tournament continues. That is not a place to put a special. That is not a place to put a filler episode. That is a place to not have something that doesn't involve the story. Especially when you blue ball everyone for a week because you put that on there. But then again, 51 episodes, 50 episodes minus that one, still, okay, I'll give it to you. It still annoys me. Another thing that gets me is the fact that each character has their own representative deck that corresponds to the color, with Darkin Mao and one other being the only two that seem to have a deck comprised of multiple colors. Now, there are other people that try this, yeah, but still, it's a little weird. Now, I know that this is going to sound a bit off-putting, but honestly, if you're able to build a deck with multiple colors and it balances in harmony, why the hell doesn't one of the characters do that for the side of good and not for the side of evil? Oh, wait, it's an anime series. Need I say more? Another downside of this, I have to say, is Yukimura's traveling companion, Kana. I kind of hate the fact that she's unable to basically battle. Mostly because she's literally a walking encyclopedia when it comes to battle spirits. And the downside is, she's a walking encyclopedia. She can't battle because her mind and head overload instantly. So it's like having a supercomputer that can't compute math. So I have the souped up supercomputer that can't tell me what 2 plus 2 is. Yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. But that's the bad. The ugly. Let's talk about voicing. Now, I have only seen this sub because it hasn't been released outside of Japan. I wonder why. With the fact that the trading card game was a massive flop over here in the US, and it only is playable anymore in Asia and Japan, it kind of makes me wonder why even bother making the series worldwide accessible at that point. But the thing is that the advent of the internet is what brought it to you. But the ugly part of this is the fact that you made a card game, everyone in the world can view it, the cards are impossible to find, let alone be able to read because of them being in Japanese only, and yet you don't explain enough in the anime to understand how to play the damn thing. Look, the main rule of any anime series that involves some type of a game with it, either card game, board game, or figures, or what have you, explain the rules. Because merchandising, you are always going to have somebody that's going to want some type of merchandise from what you're showing. Yu-Gi-Oh! They came out with the trading card game. Konami has the official rules for it, and they keep adding and removing rules, changing and modifying them as they go. Duel Masters had the same thing. Future Card Buddy Fight, Card Fight Vanguard. Oh, what's the other one? This one, Battle Spirits. So many of them. There's board games. Think back to the 80s with Dungeons and Dragons. So many people created their own rules and followed the basic rules of the game. So many things can happen. Anime itself has that same problem, but the fact that you don't explain enough about it in the anime series to make people understand how to play it, they have to read the rules. Then when they read the rules and find out it's different from the show, which they want to interpret and basically recreate and be impressed by and do the same thing they just saw, they can't. The reason why? You didn't explain the rules in the show. It's the magic, here's the MacGuffin card, here's the MacGuffin item, I just grabbed it, and I can win the day. Granted, that's most of the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, but Card Fight Vanguard, Battle Spirits, Future Card Buddy Fight, they all have the same problem. Every single one of them falls under the same trope. And it annoys the living crap out of me that they fall under this. It's an annoying trope. It's a bad trope. And yet it's one that we can't get away from. That and the fact that the voices really sound like they don't want to be there. Now, some of the characters do very good voices, I'm not going to lie. But then there are other characters that you're watching this, listening to the voice, even in Japanese, I feel like they're phoning it in. Like, I really don't want to do this. But yet, here I am, doing a voice of a character, playing a children's card game to save the world. Screw it, it's a paycheck. Yet some characters and some voices feel like they really want to be there. You can tell this ever so slightly. It's mostly just some of the voices, not all of them, but some of them. They just have this small tone you can pick up like, I don't want to be here. But yet, I'm here. That's something else that's ugly about this, is the fact that if the voices don't want to be there, then that's a problem. They're not going to give a full 100% performance. They're going to half-ass it. But yet, with this series, you can't tell very well without really listening. And I've listened and watched a lot of subbed anime. So you can tell when someone's really excited, even if they're, really going off the script, or if they're just reading the script in a, I really didn't want to record today sort of deal. Now, all that said, my final verdict, check it out. It's actually quite good. It's what drew me to go back into Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually. So if it manages to get you to go back and check out one of your old card games, go for it. It's really worth it. Otherwise, yeah, I wouldn't bother watching it if you're not in the trading card game series. Stuff like that, I wouldn't bother watching it. But otherwise, I'd check it out. It's kind of worth it. And that's about all I got this time for the Anime G.B.U. Thank you all for tuning in, and stay tuned for next time when I look at another anime series and I give you the good, the bad, and the ugly. Bye, everybody, and I will catch you all next time.